Hi everyone, it's Tessa with Lavender in Bloom Flower Farm. We have a U-Pick flower farm in Georgetown, Kentucky. And today I'd like to tell you a little bit about growing tulips. It's an especially easy bulb to grow if you're new to gardening. And it's raining on me right now, so sorry. It's mid-November here in Kentucky, and we've just finished planting all of our 155,000 tulip bulbs. We're in growing zone 6B. We're just starting to get some frosty nights, but if you can still work the ground where you are, you can still plant tulip bulbs. Tulips need about 2 to 3 months of the soil temperature being 50 degrees or below to grow well. So go ahead and plant your bulbs as soon as you can. So like I said before, if you're new to gardening, tulips are a great place to start. All the nutrients the tulip needs are wrapped up in that tiny little bulb. So you don't have to worry about fertilizing. The best time to plant tulips is in the fall. Tulips love cold temperatures, and over the winter they'll get plenty of rain. Since tulips pop up before the weeds do, there's no weeding, and that's a huge plus. If you want to use the tulips in your landscaping, just don't cut the blooms. Let them die back naturally. Right, girl? Okay. She just can't stand it that I'm talking to somebody else. I know. Say hello. Say hello. Okay. Wait until the leaves and the blooms dry up completely before you trim them back. The bulbs underground will use the leaves and the flower itself to store energy for next year's blooms. Yes. Yes. We're planting our specialty tulips this year in these 3-foot wide raised beds just to set them apart from our other field tulips. They're special because of the unique petal shapes and colors, but planting them is all the same. Because we're going to use our tulips as cut flowers during our U-Pick events, we treat them as annuals, meaning we don't plan for them to come up again next year. We will replant them each year. If you want to use them in your landscaping, just don't cut the blooms and let them die back naturally, just like Rosemary told you a few minutes ago. Wait until the leaves turn brown and shrivel up completely before trimming them down. The bulbs underground will use the leaves and the flower to make and store energy to bloom the next year. As you can see, we're packing these bulbs in pretty tightly. We don't want the bulbs to touch, but just to be about 1/4 to 1 inch apart, like eggs in a carton. If you're planting your tulip bulbs in a landscape area around your house, you don't have to plant them this close together. Close planting will cause the stems to stretch and reach the sun. They'll grow taller and straighter and support each other during strong spring storms. If you don't have a very big area to dedicate to planting, you can still plant a lot of bulbs. I think you can get at least 36 bulbs in a 1-foot square area. After placing the bulbs pointy side up, we cover them with 4 to 6 inches of soil and give them a good watering. You don't really have to place them this way because of a really cool phenomenon called phototropism. Since a plant needs light to grow, the stem will automatically turn and grow toward the sun. So don't worry about placing them perfectly. Mother Nature will do some of that work for you. Deer, groundhogs, and I'm sure other creatures will eat tulip bulbs, so you may consider placing some chicken wire fencing around your beds if you have those guys close by. We've planted so many we don't fence our tulips. We just hope the wildlife can't possibly eat that many. This year, we began to see our tulips sprout February 27th. They were ready to cut about 1 month later. Wherever you're located, late winter and very early spring will be the time to look out for them. This year we planted 150,000 tulip bulbs in our fields. They mostly consist of Darwin hybrid and single late varieties. These produce tall, strong stems which are most likely to withstand spring storms. Now, let's look at some flowers. We planted 1,500 specialty tulip bulbs in our raised beds. 2 varieties of white tulips, Mount Tacoma and Exotic Emperor. Mount Tacoma is a double petal all-white tulip that looks like a peony. Some say Exotic Emperor's petals look like swan feathers, and I think I agree. The petals have a bit of green near the base and look so dainty. Drumline and Columbus are similar in their design. Drumline's tone is more red with white edges, and Columbus is more magenta. Both have double blooms and are very unique. Aveyron is another variety with double petals and is similar in shape to both Drumline and Columbus. Its base is bright pink with a light pink edge instead of a white edge. These next two varieties are some of the more rare bulbs we were lucky to get our hands on. Renown Unique, which has peachy pink and green tones, with slightly curved edges and double blooms. I've seen photos of these in all shades of peach and pink, so I can't wait to see how ours look. And then La Belle Epoque has shades of dusty mauve to creamy yellow variations. It's a double peony variety and has a slight curve to the petal edges. Double Gudoschnik is a lovely double variety with orange and yellow tone. Angelique has double light pink to very light pink petals with a touch of green along the base. Last, but certainly not least, are the parrot tulips, named for their resemblance to the ruffled feathers of a parrot and in amazing color combinations. These look so nice bunched together or paired with solid color tulips to set them apart. I think they're my favorites. Let me know which one is your favorite, or if you're planting one of these or another special tulip, I'd love to know what you're planting in your garden. Now go plant your bulbs so you can have a beautiful spring. You want to do a thumbnail with me with your face like this? No. All right, guys, we've got one more box of 100 tulips that we're getting ready to plant, and then we're going to call it a night. It's almost dark, and tonight we lose an hour, so I'm not ready for those short days, but it was fun planting the specialty bulbs today. We're gonna have a really pretty raised garden for you guys in a few months. So see you next time. Thanks for watching.